Hey guys, it's PM Mathis, your global indie author distributor, and I hope that you've had a great Wednesday, right? So I'm going to start with my housekeeping. You know I am on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You know I go live 3 nights a week on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. You know, I had 3 books. Your God's Love Story, Daddy, You Can Hold My Hand, and Ordinary Princess, which can be found on Lulu, Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, Books A Million. I have 3 ebooks on Amazon Kindle. The first one is Tolerance No Thanks, The Toxic Person, Place, or Situation. The second one is 10 Considerations for Staying Focused. With Less, You Get More. And my children's book, which is called The Day It Was All About My Feelings. And Friday, I will be doing a essential oil class. It is on Facebook only under Pamela Michelle Mathis at 8 p.m. And I would like for you to join me. Always remember, you can put your questions or comments in the comment section and I will get back with you. Okay, so tonight I'm talking about create the mind you want. I want to tell you who I am and why I do what I do. I want to tell you that throughout my life, I've always felt I wasn't good enough, right? I always felt like there could be something more that I'm doing. I always felt like at some point things would jump off on me, but you know, they never seem to work out. There's always some big obstacle that's in my way that's causing me to get hung up in some kind of way. So feeling good enough and feeling confident that I had something to offer other people was just not in the cards for me. So as I've gotten older, I understand that our gifting and our talent is not necessarily something that we can see when we're younger or that we're born with. Now, over time, with growth, with understanding of who we are and what we're able to accomplish, those things will be revealed. I always thought I was being punished in life. I just thought, like I said, because things just were not turning out well. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong in order to get myself back on track to figure out how to make my life work, how to be content, how to be happy, how to be sincere in, putting a smile on my face. They say you fake it till you make it, but it seemed like that's what my whole life was, just faking it. Now I understand that you can restart again, that your past doesn't have to define or dictate your future. You are able to create the life that you imagined. Because I know for me, I've created a lot of negativity. The things I said, well, oh no, I would never do. Well, those things that I found myself doing. So you can create the life and the situations that you want. You have to speak those things into the atmosphere, not the things that you don't want. You have to speak those things that you want. The Bible clearly says, speak those things that are not as though they were. I hope that's in the Bible. I believe it is. If not, somebody will correct me. But it's what we hear, being, part of, a faith-based community. We understand that we speak those things out that we want, right? So, what I want you to take away from this live tonight, first question: what are your most challenging thoughts? Think through them one at a time. Tackle whatever order you need to, whether it's the hardest to the easiest or the easiest to the hardest. It doesn't really matter, but you need to tackle your most challenging thoughts. My most challenging thought is just being confident in what I have to offer. I always know I can figure things out. I know I always got the ambition and the tenacity to keep moving and the determination to get things done. I just wish I felt that I had the ability to actually do what I'm doing. Even though it looks like I am confident and I'm full steam ahead, which I am, but it comes with a price. I just constantly have to do battle, and I could probably be a lot further than where I am in life if I didn't get hung up on that fact. So, what are your most challenging thoughts? Work through those one at a time, hardest to easiest, easiest to hard. It doesn't really matter. Just tackle them, get them done, get them knocked out. Change the stories you tell yourself. Change what you allow somebody else to tell you. Control what you let in your, ear and through your eyes. Because even with just simple life stuff like, what's going on in the political world, or um, people dying, or the state of the economy, all that kind of stuff can drive you crazy. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be aware. Don't walk around here, with your blinders on, which I do most times, but it walking around with blinders doesn't put you in the present moment, and it doesn't keep you connected to those situations and people that you need to be connected to, whether you're trying to build a business, grow a community, um, have more friends. If you walk like this, well, you're not going to accomplish that. So, as you decide, as you think through, as you talk through, as you open yourself up to different situations and circumstances, figure out who you are, figure out what you like, what you don't like, and be able and bold enough to be vocal about that kind of thing. I'm not just telling you to always be a negative Nelly or Susie Doubtful or anything. I'm just saying, by knowing who you are, you know what you're willing to take or not take. You're able to not submit yourself to time wasting crap. Sorry, I just had to put it out there like that. Okay, point number two. What are the words you tell yourself when life seems out of control? What do you say to yourself? Because you're never ever going to get away from you. So if you can't figure out how to, encourage and motivate and build yourself up, uh, nobody else is going to play that role for you. I mean, you can think people are, and your friends can love you, but at some point, your family and friends are going to get tired of trying to be a validation for you. The truest validation that you could ever have is the promises in the Word of God. You have to ultimately know that the love of God foresees and foreshadows all of what is currently present in your life. God knew you would be here before you got here. He knew that He had a plan of action for you to get out of this situation. He knew how many steps it would take to move you to the next level. He knew how many disappointments, how many people lying on you or stealing from. He knew how many of those things would get you to the next level, because at some point you're gonna have to get it. You're gonna have to recognize, you're gonna have to realize that you are absolutely in control of what you tell yourself, how you perceive what others say to you. How do you tell yourself each and every day, yes, I'm going to get up. I'm going to be on top of my game. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to make things happen today. That's all here. Because just because somebody else tells me, oh, well, I believe you can do this, that, and the other, if I don't believe it, what difference does that make? And I'm not, and please understand my heart, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to say that people encouraging you and motivating you, ain't a good pat on the back, and it can spar you forward, but will it sustain you? Will it keep you moving forward? Not really. If you're not going to do the things within and believe and trust in yourself that you have the ability, the thought process to walk this thing out, guys, you're not going to get it done. It's just not going to happen. Okay. So, point number three, how do you manage your overwhelming situations? Do you shut down? Sometimes I shut down. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I just, have myself a good old little pity party. Um, I feel sorry for myself. And then I move on. I'm not saying that that's the way to go, and maybe that's not anything that you do, but understand that there are steps to every one of your goals. You have to realize what those steps are. You have to walk those things out, right? Small beginnings ends up to be a big finale, right? So every step, every situation, every word, every thought process, every validation you didn't get, or every validation that you needed, and it just wasn't spoken in a way that touched your heart or moved you to the next level. Staying hopeful will keep you moving. And that is the ultimate goal of where we have to be in life. That's what being a self motivator and a self encourager looks like. You just keep moving one step, one step, one step, one step until you get to that place where you can finally see, yes, I've made it. I'm successful. And whatever success looks like to you, because success don't look like the same to everybody. You are creating your own mindset. You are creating your own challenge. You're creating your own your own go up against person, or your, what is the word I'm looking for, your wing person. You become your own wing person, because sometimes you literally will not have somebody to step into that spot, or they're busy tonight. So you can't call them, and you can't get encouragement, and you can't be motivated, but you can because you're there, right? So as a recap, remember, what are you, these are questions, right? What are your most challenging thoughts? You simply have to think through them one at a time, tackle in whatever order you need, right? Hardest to easiest, easiest to hardest. It doesn't matter. Just get those things done. Get them worked out so you can go to the next level. What are the words you tell yourself when life seems out of control? When things are just spinning and you just like, oh my God, if it doesn't stop, I'm about to just lose my mind. See, you don't want to say that you're gonna lose your mind, because you're putting that out in the atmosphere. And at some point, if you say it enough, I mean, you're literally going to lose your mind. So, what are the words that you're telling yourself in those moments? Much better phrases. I'm an overcomer. This too shall change. And I mean, this will change and this will pass. This is not the end game for me. I am walking, I'm moving, I'm trusting. I am able to see a positive in the midst of what seems to be chaotic right now. You got to talk yourself up, and then talk yourself out, talk yourself through, right? And point number 3, how do you manage overwhelming situations? Remind yourself all the steps you need to get to the goal. Small beginnings, big finale. Staying hopeful will keep you moving, right? So understand that you have it. You have every tool that is necessary. God's promises are still for today. The word of God doesn't change. God doesn't change. The methods that we might see people using might change, but the word of God never changes. He wants you to have abundance. He wants you to be successful. He wants you to have a mind that's calm and stayed on him, because all things literally are possible with God, right? So I want to remind you about the worksheets. They are now on my website, because I'm trying to move traffic over there. And the website is www.pewpartners.wix.com/PM Mathis, because sometimes you just need another version besides the one you hear all the time in your head, and what you speak, because it is truly in the affirmations that you tell yourself. It is truly in the encouragement that you want, that you're able to give yourself. And I'm going to help you along with this, because I'm working to make sure that I put out encouragement to those in this arena, on social media. So just follow your girl, because you will be encouraged. You will be in motive. You will be able to self motivate and self encourage, because that's what I'm going to help you do. Okay, so I want to read the prayer because, like I tell you, I'm still working on this because it is still working, it's still grooving, it's still moving in my life. Romans 15 from the Message Bible. And it's a little prayer that reads, pray for me, pray strenuously with and for me, to God the Father, through the power of the Master Jesus, through the love of the Spirit, that I will be delivered from the lion's den of unbelievers. Pray also that my relief offering to Christians will be accepted in the spirit in which it is given. God's peace be with all of you. Hey guys, I love you, love you, love you. I want you to have a great rest of your night. And as always, 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 I want you to what? Be blessed. Okay, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to you later. Bye.